Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my channel. Let me give you an update. I thought I was going to have the next 2 days off. No, I don't. It's like, it seems like I've worked like 8 days in a row. I don't know. I'm just a little bit in pain and tired. You know, when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you go to is some Tylenol or a Flexeril. So today I made a beeline right to the pain pills. So I just did my schedule for the next week, and yeah, I got to work 2 more days. It seems like I've worked 5 days straight already. Yeah, I think it's going to be 6 days. I did have a day off in the middle of that, but forget that. Forget me. So what do I do in bed? I pray. I pray until I fall asleep. There's a lot going on in my family, which I'm not allowed to divulge, but it's a little bit heartbreaking. And I have learned, like Joyce Meyer says, do it afraid. Everybody gets scared. Everybody gets afraid. So I always like trick my brain to say, yeah, you're going to do it and you're going to do it well. But if you are a perfectionist like I am, I usually don't do it if I can't put 100% in it, which is, I think, why my house looks disheveled, is because if I can't do it without being interrupted and I can't do a really good job, I'm just not going to do it, right? So yesterday I went to Montrose, and my old manager, the one that kind of trained me this go around, I let her drive my car. She just drove it to the Montrose post office. So that was kind of cute. I hugged her. Everybody hugs her. She's just a very good woman and a good Christian. And one of her sons actually went to the same place as my sister, who's passed. My sister went to Golgotha, I think I'm saying that right, in Jerusalem, where Jesus was crucified, and her son had done the same thing. So I was just like ecstatic that somebody else around the Northern Neck has gone where my sister went. She did not show up in my wedding, and I gave her a free pass because it was an opportunity of a lifetime. And she was like 4 inches taller than me, beautiful sandy blonde hair without not one split in. I mean, her hair was way past her chest. She was she was a natural beauty. She never had to wear makeup, ever. As you see, I have to wear it. But let me tell you what, when you got that mask on, there's no use putting any makeup on from here down. So by the end of the day, my makeup is all over the mask. But, I save a lot on the blush. You don't have to put no blush on. So let me take a drink of coffee. I do a lot of videos while I'm driving, but then when I look at them later, they look ridiculous and stupid. So I know a lot of y'all are just gone crazy with this quarantine and pandemic. Now they're saying that even after you quarantine for 2 weeks, you still need to be quarantined. I mean, every other day it's a new thing with this COVID. I don't think they know what the hell they're doing, Like in our town, the little parks aren't open for little children, but yet all the other towns outside of our county, their parks are all open. I mean, I think the town managers and council makes their own little rules, you know what I mean? So I wanted to show you all this picture. My brother sent it FedEx. This is one of my nephews. He's now like 25 or 26 years old. I'm not sure. I have so many nieces and nephews, I can't keep track, but my mother sure did. Now that's Elvis. Now you see what he's got in his front of his chest? That is a soccer ball. That was his soccer ball for like 13 years. He played soccer on a real soccer team in Callio, Virginia. That's in the Northern Neck. I actually have a video of him running with the soccer players. Nobody could get that ball from him. Well, Elvis made his own rules. but he was an extraordinary dog. Now, I bought him from Melbourne Shopping Center, Melbourne, Florida, from one of those, I think it was a puppy mill, but I now know that those little dogs don't get out at all to play. Now, when I first saw him, he was asleep in his food bowl. And I asked the attendant if I could let him out and hold him. Well, this dog ran around the store like a bat out of hell, and then when I held him, he never moved. And I said, this is the dog for me. And I had already just lost a dog I had for 13 years. It got run over near Vero Beach. That was Casey Jean. Casey Jean was a Lhasa Apso. It was my children's childhood dog. Now, I called my husband at the time and I said, I want this dog. And he goes, well, how much is it? I said, $500. He goes, no, we can't afford that. Later on that evening, I opened the front door and there was a box with the dog in it. And it was the best Christmas present I've ever had. This dog slept with me for 16 years, every frickin' night. And I could tell when he was getting, I think he had Cushing's. He had something else, I forgot. But his body was getting hard. Now, he had something else, and then the medicine he was on brought on the Cushing's. So I can't remember, but he was on experimental medicine from, I think, England, and the medicine brought him to his demise. He went into convulsions, and we had to put him down. It was one of the saddest days of my life. But I kept wondering why me and my husband wasn't being intimate. And I realized it's because of Elvis. Elvis was in the bed. I put him in a little wicker basket because he was so tiny. And I noticed that he was eating the basket. He would cry if he was not in the bed with us. So that became a tradition. So yeah, I threw my husband out and slept with Elvis. My husband snored a lot. Now he's my ex. Okay. So yeah, Elvis was the best thing that's ever happened to me. I remember going to one of my aunt's house, and she was a cleaning fanatic. She did not have a washcloth in her hands. She wouldn't let Elvis in. And my husband's brother didn't want Elvis sitting in the lap at the dinner table. Elvis would sit wherever I put him, and he did not jump. He was not unruly. He was very well behaved. A dog who is well behaved is because the one training them is well behaved, okay? So my husband's brother said, oh, he's dirty and germy, and my aunt said the same thing. I go, no, he is not. I said, I guarantee you my dog's cleaner than you. Well, that didn't fare very well. I don't think we ever talked to my husband's brother again. So it was no love lost, believe me. Anybody who doesn't love dogs is an enemy of mine, okay? They don't realize what joy a dog can bring to you, you know? So yeah, Elvis, we made, my carpenter that I had on duty made him a real casket that looked like a human casket. And we have a graveyard for all of our pets. We had some roosters who had their own names. That was pets. And all of the, I think 6 or 7 of the dachshunds, which were offspring of Elvis and Gingerbreads, are all buried in the backyard. And my daughter still has 2 of Elvis's grandchildren. So yeah, I would love to get a dog, but going up and down these steps, I can hardly bring up my groceries. But let me tell you what, when I finally move, I'm getting a freaking dog. Yeah.